Hello boys and girls, welcome to Henry Clay High School for the 2017-2018 school year. My name is Paul Little Jr. and I'm your principal. As your principal, here's what I hope for each and every one of you. First, I want you to feel safe. Please let us know if there's anything that makes you uncomfortable while attending Henry Clay High School. We'll work together to do everything we can to make sure you can come to school and be comfortable and perform at the highest level. You're not going to do that if you don't feel safe. Please let us know if something's not right. Second, I want you to challenge yourself academically in the classroom, but more importantly, I want you to challenge yourself to be the best citizen you can be. Third, I want you to get involved. There's a ton of clubs, sports, extracurricular activities. Get involved, boys and girls. The more connected you are to the school, I think the better you'll perform, the more comfortable you'll be. Fourth, I want you to communicate, and that's with anybody and everybody that's in your life, any adult. Let us know what's going on, your teachers, your parents, administration, cafeteria workers. If there's something not right, if you need some help, ask for help, communicate, let us know. That's why we're here. Last but not least, have fun. I had a ton of fun while going to high school. I still have fun while going to high school as the principal. Have fun, get the job done. It's going to be a great year. Looking forward to working with all of you. Have a good day, and we're all going to have a wonderful year together. Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, clap your hands.
Hi Henry Clay, welcome back to the 2017-18 school year. I have two topics today. The first one is expectations for behavior in the hallways. You already know how crowded it is, so it's very important that we all behave in a way that helps create the greatest possibility for safety for ourselves and the people around us. This means keep it moving in the hallway. Don't stop suddenly. Also, don't run or engage in horseplay. There are so many people in the hallway around you that you could accidentally hurt somebody even without intending to do it. So, be aware, be attentive, and be safe. Also, it's very important that you are responsible when you're in the hallways. This means you need to follow the 10-10 rule. Don't ask for a hall pass in the first or the last 10 minutes of any class period. And when you do go out in the hallway, make sure that you have a hall pass that's signed by your teacher. Responsibility and respectfulness go hand in hand. It's important to be courteous. So watch out for other people, be polite, watch your mouth, use appropriate language, and when you're asked to do something by a staff member, please follow the directions. This way, the process of getting through the hallways is a lot smoother and it's easier on everybody involved, yourself included. Last of all, I need to talk about dress code. You already know what is required for dress code. It's in the Student Code of Conduct, it's in the PowerPoint presentation that you and your teachers have gone through, and really, we don't ever want to have to deal with a student on an issue of dress code. If you think that you're wearing something that might be out of dress code, then please be sure to bring another item of clothing to change into, and that way you can stay in your classes, you don't have to call home. You know, we really don't want to put a student into safe just because of an issue of dress code. Students should be in the classrooms getting the education that you're here for. So if we all do these things, if we are safe, responsible, respectful, and follow the rules, life is a lot simpler and easier, and we can focus on what we're really here about, which is to get an education. So if you have any questions, please feel free to stop by and talk to me in the downstairs green hall, or if you see me in the hallway, you can ask me any questions you have and I will do my best to answer them. Again, welcome back to Henry Clay. We've got a great school and I'm proud to be a part of it. I hope you are too.
Hello, Henry Clay. I am Mr. Carpenter, one of the associate principals. I'm going to be reviewing a few of our expectations that we have. First, I'm going to be reviewing our safe, responsible, and respectful expectations. Henry Clay is a tobacco-free campus. At all times, the use of any tobacco product is prohibited and will result in an assignment to safe. That includes e-cigarettes and vapes. They are not allowed and fall under the category of tobacco policy under the district's policy. If you are caught with a vape in the bathroom or anywhere on campus, that device will be confiscated and it will not be returned to students. So make sure that you are listening and know that if you are vaping on campus and are caught, those devices are not going to be returned to you or a parent. The second thing we're going to be talking about, fighting. Students who aggressively put their hands on another student or strike another student with any object may be suspended up to 10 days. If a student demonstrates a pattern of aggressive physical behavior, they will be referred for alternative placement within our Fayette County school. Next, I'm going to speak a little bit about harassment and discrimination. Henry Clay is committed to having an environment free of harassment and discrimination. Texting hurtful comments, teasing, making fun of, laughing at, hurtful social media comments, writing, pointing, name calling, or any other behavior towards a peer that is offensive to that peer is considered harassment and will be addressed appropriately. Law enforcement will be involved if repeated situations of harassment and bullying occur. And lastly, I'm going to speak a little bit to the more serious offenses. Gang color, gang symbols, tattoos, bandanas, markings, drawing, handshakes, or any gang-related items are not permitted on campus and must be removed or covered. Drugs and alcohol are prohibited on any Fayette County Public Schools property at all times, so students in possession and or under the influence will receive an automatic 10-day suspension. Any student distributing or receiving drugs or alcohol or who have had a third drug offense within 3 years will be subject to an expulsion. Students in possession of any weapon or look-alike weapon will also be subject to an expulsion.
Good morning, Blue Devils. My name is Coach Gay, the Dean of Students here at Henry Clay High School. I'm ready to discuss a couple topics with you this morning. First thing I'm going to talk about is tardies. Students in the hallway after the bell will be escorted or sent to class by a tardy team teacher. The student's teacher then will record a retarded for you and Infinite Campus. When you receive your 1st through 5th tardy, you receive a warning. Your 6th, 9th, and 12th tardy, you will be assigned a detention before or after school. Your 15th tardy, you will receive a referral to an administrator. Then when you get to your 20th tardy, you will be put on the no pass list. Next thing we're going to discuss is the no pass list. Students on the no pass list will not be allowed to use hall passes without an administrator approval or escort. Students will be added to the list if they exhibit the following behaviors: repeated class skips, being out of the assigned area inside or outside of the building, abuse of hall pass time, and disruptive behavior in the hallways or restrooms during class time. Once a student is on the list, they will remain until the end of the semester. Next topic, restroom expectations. First, we want you to be safe in the restroom. We don't want you hanging out, no smoking, and keep your feet and hands and objects to yourself. Next, we want you to be responsible. Use your time efficiently. Dispose of trash properly. Next, be respectful. Flush. Please respect the facilities and respect others that are using the restroom. Last topic I'm going to discuss, fighting and conflicts. Fighting. If you aggressively put your hands or use an object to hurt someone, your subject could be suspended up to 10 days. If you feel yourself about to get into a fight or have a conflict with someone, my advice to you is find a teacher or an administrator who can help you out in this situation. Blue Devils, I look forward to having a great year with you all. If you need me, I'm in the Darrell Stairs Green Hallway, close to the library.
Hello, Henry Clay. My name is Brady Thornton. I'm one of your associate principals here, starting my 6th year as a Blue Devil. Welcome. Those of you who are returning and those of you who are new, we're glad that you're here. I want to cover a couple things today that have to do with our lunch procedures and our closed campus policies and some things that we need to make sure you're aware of during the day. You'll see this poster here behind me. We have several around the school for different reasons, but right now I want you to make sure that you're paying attention to what the expectations are during lunch. Lunch should be a time for you to relax enjoy, talk with your friends, but we do ask that you do a few things. Please clean up after yourself. We have a lot of people in this cafeteria. Please move through the lines quickly. Please make sure you're using an appropriate voice when you're in the cafeteria, and making sure that you are doing the things that we've demonstrated for you here. A couple of important reminders. Food should only be in the cafeteria. You're welcome to go out front of the school under what we call the Flying V during lunch, but there should be no food and drink there. And you also can't order in food from an outside restaurant. So if your parents have to drop something off to you, that's fine, but you cannot order a pizza, you can't order Jimmy John's. Those things will be turned away if you order those in. That becomes a big safety situation. So the courtyard itself, you can eat outside in the courtyard, but make sure that you clean up your food when you're done eating. So if you follow those things, that'll help us keep this place very clean and neat during lunchtime. Henry Clay, I'm back outside the large connector and the cafeteria. You can see the stadium and the football field in the background. In addition to our lunch procedures, I need to remind you that you must stay inside the cafeteria, the small connectors, or out front of the school during lunch. You cannot re-enter the school, and you should not be out back at the football field, at the stadium, anywhere outside during lunchtime. If you're a technical school student, you may leave at noon to come outside and get your buses. That's a change from last year. So everyone will eat inside, leave their stuff inside, but at noon you can come outside where we'll have your buses ready for you. Please remember to stay inside during lunch and enjoy that time. Henry Clay, last thing I want to talk to you about is a very important thing that has to do with your safety. We have a closed campus at Henry Clay, which means once you're here in the morning, however you get here, you cannot leave without being checked out by a parent or a guardian. So you can't leave for lunch, you can't leave to go down to McDonald's or Walgreens or so on and so forth during the school day. That is a very important part of what we do here. There are consequences for that, but more importantly, that's to keep you safe. You'll notice that we've added a fence here. That's to keep individuals from coming onto our property, but it's also to deter those who like to leave the property during the school day. So please make sure that once you arrive at Henry Clay, you stay at Henry Clay unless you are checked out. We'll keep you safe as we go through the day. Thank you.
Hello, Henry Clay. I'm Brian Miller. I'm one of your administrators. Many of you are going to be staying for after-school activities this year. We ask that you follow a couple simple rules. Make sure that you're always under the direct supervision of a teacher while in the building or on the grounds. When that activity ends, we ask that you go ahead and vacate the premises. If at 4 o'clock you're still on the grounds, you will be asked to leave if you're not under supervision. As you can see, I'm standing outside the yellow hallway upstairs. Right behind me is the pickup lane that you would report to if you were being picked up. We ask that you stand outside in this area right here if weather permits so that we can keep the building quiet and safe. Again, we ask that you follow these rules when staying for after-school activities. Thank you. Students, let's talk about personal electronic devices. Most of you are going to have some type of device that you're going to bring with you to school. So it's important that we all understand how those should be used. Between the hours of 8:25 when school starts to 3:15, those devices should either be turned off or on silent. We do allow you to use those devices during certain times during the school day. That's before school, between classes, during lunch, and after school. Feel free to pull those out and use them appropriately. There are certain things you should not do when using a personal electronic device. Never take audio, video, or any photos of students or staff while here on campus. That's just not allowed. When in the classroom, there will be times that the teacher might have you use your cell phones, but they're going to set the parameters on how to use those. Otherwise, they should not be pulled out during class time. If you do use your cell phone inappropriately or any electronic device, that device will be confiscated. The first time, it will be returned to you at the end of the school day. The second and third offense, you will not get those back until the end of 5 school days. And each incident, your parents will be notified. If you choose not to turn that cell phone over when asked, you will be looking at an office referral and additional consequences. So I know we're all partial to our electronic devices, so it's important that you take good care of them because I know they are expensive. Remember, we're not responsible for them while here on school grounds, but you are responsible for making sure they're used appropriately. So we trust that you'll do that, and thank you. At Henry Clay, we've got a positive recognition program that you need to be aware of. All students can earn Henry Clay Devil Dollars, and once you've earned those for some positive act that you perform, all you have to do is place those Devil Dollars in this box that you will find in the main office. That will put you in for our bi-weekly drawings for some really wonderful door prizes that we have. And you can also use those Devil Dollars to purchase a ticket to our end of semester celebration. So we want to give back to the students who are doing all the right things, and this is one way that we do that. So make sure you keep up with those Devil Dollars. Make sure they end up in this box. Thank you.